Okay, it is now Thursday, November 9th. And this is what we got going on right now. Oh, dude. He was supposed to start school yesterday, but the main office didn't get something turned in for him to be able to go. So him and I went to the park and played at the park all day yesterday. Came back, he took a nap. I thought he was just super tired because he got up super early. And it's like, okay, he didn't really eat at the playground either. He ate like not even 2 of the pretzel nuggets when we were at the mall. And he didn't even eat like 1 little cracker with the turkey and cheese on it at the park with his Lunchable. And they came home, took a nap. He woke up from his nap running a fever, and he vomited like just a bunch of juice because he drank Hawaiian Punch. Because I don't ever give my kids full sugar juice because every time I do, it usually gives them diarrhea. Allie and Jax. So I usually, if it's full juice, like orange juice or something, I mix it with water. But I didn't even think about it. I stopped at Dollar Tree to get something to take to the park. They didn't have Gatorade. They always have the Gatorades with the Sport Top. So I just grabbed him a Hawaiian Punch. That's what he picked. And I grabbed a Diet Coke. So I thought, oh, maybe his stomach's upset from having the Hawaiian Punch. But no, he ran a fever all night. At one point, I don't know, it was either at 1:15 or at 4 a.m., I forget. Because him and I slept on the couch. His temperature was 102.9. I didn't give him anything because he was still sleeping soundly. And they say, like, a fever is a sign of your body fighting off whatever is trying to attack it. So if he has a virus, that fever is trying to, do its job. So I didn't give him anything. And this morning he woke up, was sipping on juice for a while. And then right before I went in to wake up Allie, he vomited again. But it's just like his juice, his normal juice, but like slimy stuff. And it's like, oh, that's right. The doctor told me, because Allie just had the same shit last week. We literally went to the Bluey thing, and then she was fine. She was fine all day, went to the Bluey thing, and came home within a couple hours. She started running a fever, didn't want to eat, had loss of appetite, thought she was going to puke. And I remember the doctor told me, because she missed 3 days of school, he said, give her allergy medicine because with this time of year, stuff's draining down their throat, and it will cause them to have like an upset stomach, loss of appetite, nausea, sometimes vomiting. So it's like when he got sick this morning, it was like that slimy. So I was like, oh, that's right. I should give him some allergy medicine because it's probably just stuff draining down his throat, making his belly upset. So I gave him, he didn't eat this, he wanted pickles. So I gave him, I'm like, that's all we have. I'm like, that probably won't be the best for your belly. I think he must have eaten one. I think there was like one little tiny one. But that's what he wanted. And the doctor said, even with Allie, if they want to eat, let them eat. Don't restrict them. Like, let them eat what they want to eat. So I gave him Benadryl. Because I want to start giving him allergy medicine, like, before bed. Like, the 24-hour allergy medicine, like the Claritin or Zyrtec. So if I gave him that now, then I wouldn't be able to give it to him in bed. Then we'd be all messed up. So I gave him Benadryl, because he can have Benadryl, like, what, every 4 to 6 hours or something. And then tonight I'll give all 3 kids. Because Adrian and Allie, like every single night and every single day, their bellies hurt. Their bellies is like, oh my gosh, you guys. But they're outside playing for hours and then suddenly it hurts. So it's that time of year with allergies. So I'm going to start giving them all allergy medicine right before bed. Let me grab the thermometer. I haven't checked him in a while. Like earlier, I've just been cleaning. I cleaned like stuff out behind the couch. My kids have, oh my gosh, I found candy wrappers, just all kinds of crap behind the couch, just tucked in the cushions. I'm like, are you joking? Now there's all these little feathers from in my pillow because they got something on my pillow cover, so it's in the laundry. I'm doing laundry right now too. So there's little feathers everywhere. But so far this morning, it says to hold it 6 inches away from his head. So far since he's actually been up this morning, he hasn't been running a fever. And he said he feels okay. And he said nothing hurts. His belly doesn't hurt, his head or his throat. He just says he's tired. And like I said, then I gave him Benadryl. And Benadryl makes the kids tired too, so he's just resting. I just have this light blanket on. That's what I put on him last night. It's just a real thin, soft blanket. And I slept with one also, my pink cupcake one that's over there. So that's how he slept. So it's like I have the heat on like 67, so it's not hot and stuffy in here. It's kind of cool. I'm kind of chilled, so it's kind of cool. So he's not getting stuffy air. So he's getting some cool air. This is a light blanket on him. Just getting some, I need to vacuum, but I'm not going to wake him up. I'll wait till he's up later. So yeah, I'm just doing laundry, doing tedious stuff, like cleaning out stuff under the couch, behind the couch. There was some random crap underneath my grandma's hutch in there. But yeah, so he didn't start school today. And since he had a fever technically today, since it was like 4 in the morning, he can't go to school tomorrow either. So hopefully if nothing else comes up, he will have his first day of preschool next month. This is what I'm saying. If anything ever went right for me, you guys have watched my videos. You see, even the simplest shit goes to shit. Like the basic simple things, something always happens or comes up. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm just trying to get him in school so I can go get a job. Now it's going to be next week before I can even start calling. And then his schedule is not the same as a girl's. So the days that they have off for Thanksgiving, I think that she said there's like a day or two that he'll still have to go to school. He won't be on there. So they'll be home from school, but I still have to get up and take him. And same with that Christmas break. The girls get a couple more days off than he does. Like, how fair is that? Like, his sisters are going to be home, and he still has to get up and go spend the whole day gone while his sisters are home with me. So I don't know. Maybe it's a sign that I shouldn't put him in preschool, and I should just keep him home with me until kindergarten, until they're all on the same schedule, because I don't know. But yeah, he's just napping and resting. And yeah, I'm going to get back to laundry. The dryer just beeped, so I found this upstairs in my bench. Like, oh my God, I forgot about my pillow, my cuddle weather. So yeah, that's what I'm doing on this fine Thursday. And then if he feels better tomorrow, maybe me and him can just play all day tomorrow, but he might not. Allie was sick. Hers started on a Sunday night, and she was out of school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. His started last night, which was Wednesday night, so he might not feel the best for a couple days. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I was going to boil some eggs, but then I wasn't in here when the water started boiling, so I didn't know how long to leave them in there for. So I just had the timer. You're supposed to leave them in the hot water for like 20 minutes for hard boiled. So I set a timer for 17 minutes and then took this one out. This one's a little underdone for my taste. I'm still eating it, but. So I left the other ones in for a few minutes longer. So I'm probably gonna have 2 eggs. Oh, I had a cinnamon roll for breakfast. The box is in the trash. I ate the whole thing. It's 880 calories for one of those. I just looked it up to put it in Carb Manager. Please don't spill boiling water all over. What? Okay, get your bucket. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, I ate my 2 eggs and I'm still hungry, so I just have 3 slices of this rotisserie chicken, which is 1 serving. And I have 1 slice of cheese, and I have like 2 pickles in each one. I'm just gonna like roll it up, or roll it in half, and just have like chicken, mustard, pepper jack, and pickles. Just like that. Yummy. Okay, I'm still hungry, so I'm gonna have this bag of the Hilo Life nacho cheese chips. They're my favorite. See, this is why if you just tracked your calories for a day to see what you're eating, like a cinnamon roll, I knew it was gonna be like, I had no idea it would be like 1,000 calories for that cinnamon roll. But if you're trying to, like, that's my total for the day is like 1,500. That's to maintain my weight. So I need to eat at around 1,000 calories a day to lose weight, and it would take 5 days of a 500 calorie deficit to lose 1 pound. So when you're smaller, you don't have a whole lot of room to give. When you're bigger and you have extra calories, and so the more you weigh, the more calories it takes to maintain your body, to maintain your weight for your body. So if you can say eat 2,000 calories or 2,500, you can drop down 500 and still have a ton of calories to eat in a day. But if you're trying to eat around 1,500 calories to maintain, then you have to eat around 1,000 calories for 5 days to even lose 1 pound, because it's an extra 3,500 calories either way. Either is how you gain a pound or lose a pound. So that's like a lot. 7 days of 500 calorie below your maintenance calories. Oh my gosh, I know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, I'm gonna eat these. Okay, it's Friday, November 10th. I'm gonna make some breakfast. It is 8:46 a.m. I'm trying to make these in the air fryer, these Simply Potatoes, diced potatoes with onions. Oh gosh, I just opened, they smell so good. Yeah, just so you can see, it's really 8:46. Got all my dishes done last night. Everything's nice and clean. So anyways, these smell so good. I looked up like a recipe for baby potatoes because I couldn't find anything for those specifically. Jack's table's a mess, but. And this is to fry the baby potatoes at 400 for 12 minutes and flip them and put in for another 14 minutes. But these are already cut up in small, so I would just put them in at 400 degrees for 10 minutes, and we'll see what that does, and then I'll stir them around and see what the deal is. So I'm gonna have some potatoes with onions. So I don't want to heat them. On here it says to heat them cook them in a pan for 12 to 15 minutes, turning every 3 to 4. I don't want to do that. I don't want to just stand in here at the stove top. So I'm gonna get a baggie for those. So yeah, I think I was gonna make one of those breakfast sandwiches. Do I want a breakfast sandwich and what size do I need? Do I want a breakfast? This is like the extra room. It has all my extra dishes because we don't have cupboard space here. And then all the kids is like Barbie stuff, dollhouses, like dollhouses, ponies. All the Barbie stuff with this big LOL house. But, do I want a breakfast sandwich and potatoes? I don't know. I'll let you know what I make. Okay, they were in for 10. Ooh. Toss them around. Let's get one of the lighter ones and see if it's actually cooked through. Hot. That's perfect. Okay. Yeah, 400 degrees for 10 minutes. Perfect. A little ketchup on those. I'm making the egg for my little egg sandwich. Oh, I need to put my little low carb bagel thins. Oh. I don't need 2 plates, I just need 1. For my potatoes. I went ahead and turned the heat off so it doesn't overcook. Perfect. As soon as my toast pops up, or my bagel thin pops up, I'll put I have the sausage patties in the microwave that just go in for like 1 minute and 15 seconds. We'll go ahead. So the egg is about done. I'll show you my plate when I'm done. Okay, so I have one of these keto bagel thins, just low carb bagel thin with 1 egg, piece of American cheese, 1 serving of the little mini sausage patties. So there's my like McDonald's breakfast sandwich, and I'm gonna add my hash browns and add some ketchup to them. And here we go. I made more than 1 serving. 1 serving is 3/4 of a cup. So this is right under a cup. And then, does that look in there? Ow. Yeah, there's my breakfast. Like a McDonald's dupe and hash browns with ketchup. So good. Okay, it is 12:34 and I'm hungry, so I'm just gonna have some leftovers from, what, 2 nights ago? So I just have 2 mozzarella sticks and 2 slices of pizza. It's the Great Value pizza. I just threw them in the air fryer at 350 for 4 minutes. Is it done? Good enough because I'm hungry. So I'd say the Zofran is working. He's nibbled on, first he wanted some chips and he had like a couple chips, like 2. Then he wanted Doritos. I think he had like 1. Then he wanted a hot dog and pickles. So he ate part of a hot dog and a couple little dill pickle ovals. And then he wanted banana. So he had a couple bites of banana. And now what do you have? What did Daddy just go get at the store? He went and got your medicine.
Chocolate popsicles.
Chocolate popsicle. So now he's eating a chocolate popsicle. AKA fudge bar. Zofran is like magic, but when you feel like vomiting, nausea is like the worst feeling ever. So once that feeling gets away, it's like magic. He hasn't eaten in like 3 days. Huh, you didn't want to eat on Wednesday. You said a few bites of food. Yesterday you had a few bites of noodles and 2 bites of toast and 1 little slice of strawberry. Now today's Friday. Now you're finally, since you had that Zofran, you're finally wanting some bites of food. Yay! Does that taste so good? Yeah. Are you all done or are you just taking a break?
I was not taking a break.
You're just taking a break from it?
No.
Oh, okay. You were just moving the blanket?
No, I was moving of Tafiti's heart.
Oh, the heart of Tafiti.
It's on the heel.
Okay.
No, there's a chocolate side. There's not a chocolate.
That's the handle side. Good job. It's tasting pretty good. There you go. Yay! The doctor, because he had an appointment, a virtual appointment this morning, and he was still just like laying here. It's like he sleeps during the night, he lays around all day. He doesn't want to watch Polar Express or Grinch or any of his favorites. He hasn't touched a train or a car, like his favorite thing, in days. Like he just lays on the couch and dozes off and on. Then he sits up for a few minutes and then lays back down. So far, no fever today, but you had a fever up until we went to bed last night. We slept on the couch again last night, huh?
Yeah.
The doctor said if he's like that again tomorrow, he's going to have to be seen like in person. But like I said, we gave him a Zofran and now he's perked up. What?
Let me fall asleep.
Yeah. You fall asleep. That's all you've done for like the last couple days is sleep. But like I said, we gave you a Zofran. You're doing much better. Okay, here's my dinner. I have a half a cup of cottage cheese, a half a cup of macaroni and cheese. I'm not a big Kraft macaroni and cheese fan. And yes, I measured. Here's my measuring cup. Half a cup. And then I have a serving of pepperoni. I already ate 2 of them. A serving is 6 slices. And then I have 2 servings of pickles. So yeah, cottage cheese, mac and cheese, pepperoni, and pickles. And that is my... I'm just trying to watch my calories tonight since I had 2 slices of pizza and 2 mozzarella sticks for lunch, which was super high calorie. And here's my dinner. It actually looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna put some pepper on my cottage cheese though. Since my dinner is literally like 300 and some calories, I'm gonna have a serving of Doritos. So let's see, a serving is about 12 chips. And yes, I'm gonna count out 12 chips. And there's my 12 Doritos from a freshly opened bag of Doritos. All right, I'm gonna go eat. Do I tell Nana what you watching? What are you watching?
I'm watching Monster Inc.
Monsters Inc. Are you feeling a little bit better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anything hurt?
Yeah.
What hurts?
My belly not hurt.
Your belly doesn't hurt anymore? Good. Does your mouth hurt? Does your mouth hurt? It does. Okay. I'm having one of these. I totally deserve it. It's 9:03. I'm just stressing out. Dealing with a sick kid for the last 3 days. Like, he just yelled for me. I've been out of the living room for like literally 2 minutes to go to the bathroom. He's like, Mom, are you coming in here? Where are you? I want you in here. Like, he does not want me to leave his side. So I'm going to have one of these real quick. And yeah, it's going to put me over my calories, but that's okay. Just a little cake thing. I can't even sneak a treat. They were hidden. I hid them so nobody would get into them. I just finally opened the box.
I don't even know though.
It's okay. What did you just get for a snack? Fruit snacks and Rice Krispie treat. Okay, sounds good.
I don't feel good.
Well, Rice Krispie treat and fruit snacks isn't going to make you feel better. You never feel good. Every single day. They don't feel good. But tell them they can go outside and play, and they feel perfectly fine, and they play outside for hours. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy this real quick. Tell Dad, what are they getting you right now? What are they getting you?
Popsicle.
A popsicle. What color? What color are you getting?
Blue.
They are? They're getting you a blue popsicle?
Oh,
Hey, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It just feels weird because they have your arm taped to that board. Look. It doesn't. Look, you can wiggle your fingers and everything. See? Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your fingers. See? You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. See? You can wiggle your fingers. You're okay. Look what she has for you. That's your little teddy. Honey, it doesn't. Hey. Hey. Jack. Buddy, she just checked it. It's fine. Why are you screaming? Why are you screaming? It's okay. Listen, calm down. Jack. Buddy. Buddy. Hey. What? We can't take it off, honey. No, no, no. You can't mess with it. Buddy, we have to it's giving you medicine. It's giving you medicine. Okay? We'll take it off as soon as you get the medicine, okay? Jax. Okay, calm down, okay? We can't take it off yet.
I'm hungry.
I know. She's going to see if you're allowed to eat anything, and she'll get you some Jell-O or crackers or something. I know you're hungry. I know, buddy.
I want to do a funny face.
You want to do a funny face again?
Yeah.
Listen, you have to calm down, okay? The more you cry, the more crappy you're going to feel, okay?
I want to do funny face.
Okay, calm down. Okay, leave your eyes alone, okay?
I want to do funny face.
Okay, you have to stop crying, and then we will, okay?
I stopped crying.
Okay. Okay, catch your breath, okay? You're so tired, buddy. If you would take a nap, that would help, because then you wouldn't be all worked up or anything.
I want to do funny face.
Okay. Okay, the nurse just brought in a snack. She brought in Jell-O and applesauce and crackers. And as soon as she set it down, he started. He said, "Oh, I wanted Happy Donald's." So apparently, he's not happy with his snack choices.
I want a Jell-O.
You want the Jell-O?
Yeah, but I was.
She brought a spoon, buddy. Okay.
Okay. Good night, Nana. Good night, Adrian, Ari.
Good night. We love you.
Good night, we love you. Be happy bear. Wait. Happy bear. I'm a happy bear. I'm a happy bear.
Who do you have? What's in your hand? What's in your hand? Who is it? This is the first you've like perked up. This is the first you've been anywhere near your normal self. What is it? Show me what you have. Who is it? Who is this? Huh? Who is it? For anybody that doesn't know.
Polar Express guy.
Is it the engineer
Yeah.
from Polar Express?
Oh my gosh. I can cut your head in half.
Are you feeling better? You got your IV out? You ready to go home?
Your watch. I can cut your head off. Oh my gosh.
You're silly.
Cut your head off.
You feel better?
I'm a happy bear, yeah. I'm a happy bear. I'm a happy bear. Happy bear. I'm a 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 happy bear.
This makes me so happy. This is the first you've acted like your normal self since Wednesday.
I'm a happy bear. I'm a happy bear. I'm a happy bear.
I'm a happy bear. I'm a happy mama bear.
I'm a happy bear. Whoa.
Okay, so he perked up at the hospital and was like the perkiest he's been since like Wednesday. And they sent us home. We came home. He sat at the table and played with his slime for like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. And then he came in here and then he finally went number 2, which he hasn't done since like Tuesday. So that was great. And then a few minutes later, he vomited and now he's running a fever again. It's like 100.6. It's just working its way up. So yeah, we're home not even an hour. And he just vomited, which he hasn't done since Friday. And now he has a fever coming back, which he hasn't had a fever since we first got to the hospital yesterday at like 11:30 a.m. It's like 24 hours ago was the last time he had a fever. And it was around like 101. So yeah, I'm wondering if maybe they shouldn't have sent us home. I'm not taking him back. If he has to go anywhere, I will take him to a children's hospital, like Dayton or somewhere. I'm not taking him back to our local hospital because they'll just do all the things that they just did and I'm not putting him through that again. Oh my God. So for anybody, for everyone that has been asking me how he is doing, this is him today. We've already got a mountain of pillows. He woke up at 8 o'clock this morning.
I'm a Polar Express guy.
You're a Polar Express guy.
Mom.
Hold on. You woke up at 8 o'clock this morning. You haven't stopped eating. You immediately wanted your Spidey guys. You've played with trains. You've been in your room playing with cars. Hold on. You're wrestling your pillows. Huh? Are you feeling better? Because everybody keeps asking how you're doing. Are you feeling better? Stick out your tongue. All the white bumps that were all over his tongue, they're gone. There's no more white spots on the inside of his cheeks. His pink eye is pretty much gone. No fever. You have an appetite? Huh?
Mom.
What, buddy?
Where does a bed still moving? Guess what?
What?
I need to jump in there.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Show us what you got. Oh, not yet?
Where the bed move?
Oh, when the bed moves on Polar Express? Oh, when the big train comes? Can you show us real quick? Because I can't record that long.
No.
Do a practice one.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's done. It's done.
Oh, it's getting ready to go. Are you feeling better today?
Yeah.
You still have your Band-Aids on your hands? I know, from them trying to get your IVs in yesterday. Second round of IVs. Uh-oh, is a big train coming?
Yeah. I can wait for it to do this.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I definitely say he is back to himself today, and then some. Oh my God. Hey guys, welcome back. Oh my gosh. It is currently, what is today? Wednesday night, the 15th. So it's November 15th. I want to give you like a rundown, like an update. I just took a shower, obviously. Okay, let's see. Towards the end of September, Jay got a job, and then like on his second day there, they let him go. He failed a test. So then we're like back to the drawing board. So we're trying to get things in order. He found a new job. He was supposed to start there. So he ended up getting the job. He got hired. So it's like, okay, he is going to be working first shift. I need to find a way to get Jackson to school. Since there weren't any spots for preschool, it's like, okay, so I was checking into like Head Start and just like different things in the area. So then, let's see, Jay started his new job on the day of that parade and costume contest, which is just a couple weeks ago. And then I went and started the process getting Jax ready for school so he could start school. Last Monday, yeah, was it last Monday? Yeah, last Monday I had to go in and like officially sign enrollment papers for him. And then, was it Tuesday? Oh yeah, then Tuesday he had to go to the doctor and get a physical, and like my doctor and nurse had to call over there because they were wanting him to have some shots. They're saying that he wasn't current on shots, and he is, and they like wanted him to get this one shot that my doctor's always like, well, that shot, you don't give it past the age of 6 months. Like, what, we can't give that to him. Like, what, I don't know. And then they wanted to have like his kindergarten shots, and my nurse at the doctor's like, well, we don't give those till they're 5 years old. Like, we don't do those till they're right before kindergarten. Like, so we don't do those. That's just their policy. They don't do them until they turn 5, because they're what they need for kindergarten. So everything was cleared up, and then he was set to start school on Wednesday. Well, then she called me on Tuesday evening and said that the main office didn't get some certain paper turned in, so he couldn't start on Wednesday. He'd have to start Thursday. So I was like, okay. It's like, okay, Jackson and I would just spend Wednesday together. My room was a total disaster. I'm like, we can just spend Wednesday together, having like one last day together of just me and him. So I got Adri off to school, got Allie to school, and then when the mall opened, I had placed an order because I'd asked on Facebook where's a good place to get pants, because he needed pants. He has like 4 pair of pants. They were too short. Everybody said Children's Place, so I'd place an order online, because if you do it online and have it shipped to store, you save an extra 15%. It's like, okay, when the mall opens, we'll go to the mall. We'll get the order that I placed online because it was ready for pickup. We can get pretzels. And then we can go hang out at the park, blah, blah, blah. So we go to the mall. I get pretzels. He didn't even eat like 2 pretzel nuggets. I'm like, okay, well, he had muffins. Not really a big deal. He just doesn't want them right now. We picked up our order. We let's just go spend the day at the park. I'm like, we don't have to be home for a few hours to get Allie, so let's just go to the park. We'll stop at Dollar Tree and get like some Lunchables and a snack and take it to the park. So we go get Lunchables, we go to the park for a few hours. Anyways, we spent the day at the park. I got out our Lunchables, and we said, like, I ate mine. He had like a turkey and cheese one, so there was like a cracker with a piece of turkey and a piece of cheese. He had like one bite of it, and that's all he ate. I'm like, okay, well, he just doesn't want to eat because he's too busy playing. He kept drinking his juice, which I got him a Hawaiian Punch, which my kids, normally I don't give them full-on regular juice. I give them like diet juice, or I mix like regular juice with water. I just don't give them regular juice because it bothers their stomach. I didn't even think about it. He picked out a Hawaiian Punch because I didn't have Gatorade at that Dollar Tree. So the whole time at the park, he was drinking Gatorade. I mean, that Hawaiian Punch. So we leave the park and we head home. He falls asleep on the way home. Like, that's okay. He's exhausted. He was up at like 6:45 this morning. It's fine. I let him sleep. We come home. He takes a couple-hour nap. Well, then he wakes up Wednesday evening running a fever. He vomits up his juice. It's like, okay, this isn't good. Like, what's going on? Sorry, I just have on a tank top. I just got out of the shower. Tank top and pajama pants, but I put this on because I'm cold. Woke up Thursday. It was the same thing. He was sick all day Thursday. He vomited once on Thursday, but it wasn't like full-on vomiting. Like, Wednesday was just red juice. Thursday, it was just like some slimy stuff. So I'm like, okay, Allie had a tummy bug the previous week. Maybe it's like the doctor told me with her, give her something for allergies, because it might just be stuff draining down her throat that's like upsetting her stomach. So I gave Jack's allergy medicine. He was like down for the count. Like he would sit up for a couple minutes and then he would lay back down. Like he wouldn't, the longest he stayed awake at one point, or like for one amount of time, was like an hour. It's like, what the hell is going on? And then he would sleep all night, and he just wanted to sleep all day. He just kept saying, I'd say, does your belly hurt? And he'd say no. I'd say, does your head hurt? And he'd say no. Like, does your throat hurt? And he'd tell me no. He'd say, I just tired. It's like, okay. Like that Wednesday, he was like that Thursday, he was like that Friday. So I called the doctor's office on Friday, thinking maybe it was just the same as Allie, that he'd call in like a Z-Pack like he did for her. But he said, it's probably just a virus. I'm literally fighting to stay awake. I'm so tired. He's like, it's probably just a virus. If I close my eyes, it's okay. They just need to rest. He says, probably a viral thing. And like his temperature, like at night, would go up to like 102.5. Just, I had to keep treating his fever, or else he would have a fever. Then the doctor said, if he's like this again, and he vomited once on Friday. And then the doctor said, if he's like this again tomorrow, because we did a virtual appointment, like over the phone. And he said, if he's like this tomorrow, you're going to have to actually, take him in. He's going to have to be seen. He's like, so if he's like this tomorrow, call me. He's like, I'm the doctor on call this weekend. He said, call me, and, so we'll get him seen. Saturday comes around. He wakes up. Same story. Running the fever. Can't stay awake. He just wants to sleep. Nothing hurts, but he won't eat. He didn't eat for days. Like, I got him to eat like 2 bites of toast. I got him to eat almost one, not even a whole Cheez-It cracker. Like, he didn't want to eat. Oh, so the doctor Friday called in Zofran for him. And I gave him Zofran, and then he was able to eat. He had some yogurt and half a banana and a couple bites of mac and cheese. That's like all he'd eaten since Tuesday. This was Friday night. So Saturday, it's the same thing. So I called the doctor. He's like, okay, just take him in. He said, don't even go to urgent care. Just go straight to the ER. So we go to the ER. Well, the past week, it's literally Wednesday night. And so it's been a week. And boy, has it been a week. So we go to the ER. He's running a fever when we get there. Told him what's going on. So, of course, they want to swab his nose. I'm like pinning him down for them to swab his nose. So they swabbed his nose for influenza A and influenza B and COVID. And they swabbed his throat for strep, which he did fine with the strep. And then when they did his nose, like, it was terrible. If you've been swabbed for COVID, like, it's not fun. Oh my gosh, my eyes like itching and burning so bad. So they swab him for all that. And they put us in a room. And then the doctor comes in. And I don't even remember what order everything went, but they said he was dehydrated. The doctor came in and said he was dehydrated. So then they said they're going to start IV fluids. I'm like, I can't be in there for that. And the doctor's like, he said, it's almost better when the parent is not in the room, because then, we can focus on what we're doing. The child's not like seeing reaction in his parent's face. He said it literally almost goes easier when the parent is not in there. I'm like, well, I feel bad. I feel like I'm like abandoning my son and leaving him with these people to do it. Like, it's a hard decision. And Jax has never been sick to where he's needed like IV fluids, or they've had to take blood to do blood work. He's never had any of this done. So like, okay, the nurse came in. She was like super nice. And I said, okay. I said, Jackson said, I'm going to go potty. I said, I'll be right back. And the nurse was in there because I knew they were getting ready to start his IV. It was the nurse and then one other guy. So I go out and go to the bathroom. Of course, I can hear him screaming, and I feel terrible, and he's screaming for me. And it's like, oh my God, what's worse, pinning my own child down? I don't want to cry. Or just hearing him scream at the top of his lungs for his mom. So I go in. When they're done, I go in, and she's like, he did pretty good, you know. He did okay. Well, then as soon as I got in the room, he, like, lost it. I'll have to insert video clips because it's like, so then like the next 20 minutes, he's just screaming, ow, ow, get this thing out of my arm, get this out. And he turns and he's like hitting me. It's like, what the hell is that? And he's saying, he's like, Mom, get this off. And I'm like, he's literally freaking out. He's not just like screaming and crying. Like he's like hysterical. I'm like, Jackson, I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, buddy, it doesn't hurt. I'm like, it hurt first. I'm like, it doesn't hurt anymore. It hurts. It's pooping. So I had him come in like 4 or 5 different times. I'm like, how do you know it's not hurting? He's like, oh, everything's fine. It's not hurting. I said, well, I've never had issues myself. I said, but when I went in to have my second daughter and when I went in to have him, I said, they blew my vein. I said, and that was very painful. I said, so how do you know nothing's hurting? It's like 4 or 5 different times they would come in. They would like feel both of his arms and compare them, make sure there like wasn't any swelling. There were no hard lumps. She's like, everything is perfectly fine. Well, then I covered it up with a blanket so that he couldn't see his arm, and then he would calm down. I got like on Snapchat. If you were on Snapchat Saturday night, that's what we were doing. I was distracting him with Snapchat filters. So, influenza A and B come back negative. COVID comes back negative. Strep comes back negative. Well, then they wanted to do a chest x-ray. So I did a chest x-ray. It came back fine. Well, they wanted to do a blood culture. It's like, are you joking? I'm like, you guys, you couldn't have done it like when you did blood. She said, well, she's like, they're coming in. She said, but when she gets in, you're saying, push the nurse light. She said, I'll come in so you can step out again. Because it's too hard for me to handle that. Like I said, I don't know what's worse, being in there and pinning them down or being out of there and feeling like you abandoned them to let these people do whatever. So I'm like, okay, when she's on her way, she's like, I'll be watching for her. But when she gets in here, just, you know, let them know that I'm coming in so you can step out. So the lady comes in with her cart, ready to do labs. And she's like, oh, I'm here to do labs. I said, okay. I said, hold on. I said, my nurse told me to turn on my call license. She'll come in here and stay with him. I said, because I cannot do this. I said, it's too hard for me. I said, I have 2 other kids. I've done it so many times. It's too hard for me. And then I'm emotional. I'm crying. I'm upset. And then they see it in my face and it makes it worse. She's like, oh, he'll be fine. So she starts doing the thing. Well, she starts going to do his arm. He's swinging the arm with the freaking IV in it because they're doing the blood culture on the other arm. He's kicking his legs. And I'm like, I'm pissed because I want to say, like, bitch, like, you should have waited for the freaking nurse. Like, it wouldn't have killed her to wait 2 freaking minutes. So here I'm trying to hold his head so he's not looking, hold his arm without squeezing anything because it's on that, you know, on that board, trying to pin his legs down. And she's like, if you don't hold still, I'm about to do this all over again. Like, she was kind of a bitch. I'm thinking, Jackson, I'm like, please just be still. Please just be still. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. And then, of course, I'm starting to cry because I'm just like, you guys just did this to him to do the IV. And now you're doing this again. Like, he's scared to death. He knows it. And it does hurt. I mean, it's like just a little bit, like a little pinch. But like I said, he's never been through any of this. And he's scared to death. So she gets it. And then, like, literally, like, a minute after she leaves, the nurse peeks in. She's like, have they been in here yet? I'm like, yeah. I said, she just left. She's like, did you call me? I said, yeah. I said, I put the line. I said, I told her that I was calling you so I could step out. I said, she didn't wait. She said he was fine, and she did anyway. And that nurse, she's like, I am so sorry that she wouldn't wait for me to come in there. I'm like, it's okay. Because, like, I didn't really, like, I was trying not to cry, but I was more pissed that this lady wouldn't just wait for the nurse to come in. So I was able to fight back tears. I was just trying to keep him still so I didn't have to do it again. So then they come in and say they need to swab him for RSV. I'm like, are you joking? I'm like, is that a mouse? She's like, no, that's a nose. I'm like, why can't they just do all the shit at the same time? Like, why put him through the IV and then let him go? And then pin him down for, like, all the swabbing, then let him go. Then pin him down for the freaking blood culture and then let him go. And now come in and do it. It's to put him through that up and down so many times. It's just, I don't understand. So I have to pin him down from the swab him for RSV, which that came back negative. And then labs come in. And then the doctor comes in and tells me that, let's see, we got there like 11:30 in the morning Saturday. Doctor comes in and tells me that the one test they did is showing that Jackson is septic. And he's like, it's weird because we cannot find the cause. He's like, we've done all these tests. We have no idea where it's coming from. He's like, I'm going to call the house pediatrician, blah, blah, blah. So everything like he did, because he's like, I'm not really familiar with this in children, so I need to call the house pediatrician. So it's like, if you're not familiar with kids, get a freaking, the house pediatrician that you're calling every 10 minutes. Get him down here to see my child. Like, what the hell? So then he's like, you know, because they did the bag of fluids, like 97 out of 100 kids, after you do like one round of fluids, you come in and they're bouncing off the walls. Like, that's all it takes just to get them hydrated and they're bouncing off the wall. He's like, the fact that he's still laying there, he's still like down for the count. He's like, that really surprises me. So he was talking about admitting him just when he came in and saw that Jax hadn't bounced back. Somebody comes in and Jackson, his test results are showing that he has sepsis. Then he's like, yeah, he's going to get admitted. The house supervisor is getting it all, or not, that the house pediatrician is getting it all set up for him to get admitted. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, great. So I called my doctor to let him know what was going on. I need some slippers. My feet are freezing. Just let him know what was going on because he's the one that had sent me there. And then, you know, he called me because he was on call. So he called me back and I was talking to him and he's just, I don't know, just reassuring me of like everything that they're doing. And I told him, I said, you know, last night when he was talking, his voice started sounding weird. Like, you know, when your kid has a sore throat, if you have a kid, if they have a really bad sore throat, their voice almost sounds like they're in a bubble. Jax's had done that. So I looked in his mouth and he had like a line of white bumps on both of the insides of his cheeks. He had like white, almost like blisters on his tongue. And I was telling the ER doctor that. And he kind of like peeked in Jax's mouth. He's like, oh, he's like, I don't think that's thrush or anything. I think that's just from him like biting on his cheeks. I'm just like, well, whatever. But he never actually like looked in there. He never used like a tongue thing and like looked at Jax's throat. He didn't feel like his glands. They didn't even check in his freaking ears. Like, I'm no medical professional, but I know that ear infections can cause fevers. And if you're telling me my kid has an infection and you can't find the source of it and he's having fevers, isn't it just like standard to check nose, mouth, and ears on a child? Like when they're sick? I don't know. And also, while we were in the waiting room when we first got there, his right eye, the one that he had surgery on, like started to get pink. And then all throughout the day, like the top of his lid was like a bubble. I think it was just because he was crying so much because they were both kind of puffy. But his right eye was really bad. And like the whole white part of his eye was just red. It was all like, if you look to the side, it was like all of his veins. And I told the doctor that too. And he didn't even like really look at it. He's like, oh yeah, just kind of blew it off. So I called Jay. I'm like, all Jax is doing is crying for a cheeseburger. He wants Happy Donald's. My kids, all three of them, they like, it started with Adrian when she was little. She confused Happy Meal and McDonald's. And it's always just, they've always called it Happy Donald's. So I told Jay, I'm like, I need a phone charger. I need pull-ups for Jax. I need something to eat. We've literally been here since 11:30 this morning. So it was like, I don't know, 8 p.m. I think. And we got taken upstairs. So Jay got there right when we were getting admitted upstairs. And the house pediatrician literally walks in. I'm so sorry. Walks in the room. He's not even in the room for like 3 minutes. He stops like right inside the doorway and he's like, is his eye always like that? And I said, no. I said, it started when we were down in the lobby, like when we first got here this morning. He's like, why didn't anybody downstairs tell me that there was something going on with his eye? Like, he was pissed. So he had the nurse, he ordered her to get an antibiotic ointment and to swab his eye, to do a culture on his eye, just so they could get like some, because it was like seeping, like goopy stuff in the middle, but his eye was all red. And then that doctor leaves and we never see him again. He didn't look at him. He didn't look in his mouth, throat, nothing. So the nurses are great. Everybody just keeps passing on. Okay, he's septic. He has sepsis. We can't find the cause. We've done all these tests. We're just trying all these things. It's just like every time I heard somebody say it to the other that he's septic, and it's just, it never got any easier to hear. Like, what the hell is going on? All these tests are coming back negative, 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 negative. But you're telling me that my kid has sepsis, which you don't mess around with that. It's just like, oh, so then before we got upstairs, they had started, the house pediatrician had told the ER doctor to start him on IV antibiotics because that's what you do. If someone is septic, they need IV antibiotics. So they started us on those. He got his first dose of those at like 6 p.m. So we get admitted. Jay brings up his food. McDonald's was out of ranch, so Jax didn't even eat his nuggets because he won't have them without ranch. And he ate part of his cheeseburger, and he was like, he just doesn't want to eat. And then, like, Jay wasn't there real long. Then he said he wasn't feeling good, so he left. So Jax and I said, and like, Jax had been sleeping nonstop since Wednesday night. And now, every time we were at the ER, like, every time he would start to fall asleep, somebody would come in and, like, poke him or swab him or do something. So from after they did the IV at, like, noon, 12:30, 1 o'clock at absolute latest. I feel like it was, I know it was before 1. We got there at, like, 11:30. It's probably, like, 12:30. From then on, he would not go to sleep. He was so tired. His eyes were so heavy. He would just, like, hold his, he would not. I'm like, he's probably scared to death that something was going to happen. So, like, at 11 o'clock, she came in and she's like, do you want ice cream or anything? And yes, he wanted ice cream. She's like, well, she said, because they, the first nurse that we saw when we went upstairs, she's like, I'll be your nurse for about 45 minutes, because then it was, like, shift change. So it was almost 7. Okay. I think shift change was at 7. So the new one came in and she's like, do you want some ice cream before you go to sleep? And he was so excited for ice cream. She's like, I'll let him eat his ice cream, then I'll come back in and do his labs before he goes to sleep. I said, well, that'll be in like 10 minutes. Is it anything that he wants? He's so excited for. He has like 4 bites and then he's done. So we got his ice cream. I gave him like 4 bites and then he was done. So finally around midnight, he finally went to sleep. It's like, my poor kid is so exhausted. He's had all this crap done to him. Like, he even, like, our bathroom was in our room upstairs, and he would like, Mom, you leaving? I'm like, buddy, I'm not going anywhere. I'm like, I'm just going here to go to the bathroom. Like, he does not want me out of his sight. I'm so tired. So I probably fell asleep around, I don't know, 1 or 2 in the morning. And then we both woke up at like 7 a.m. And then every time they came in to check on him, I would wake up. Like, every little sound, I'd wake up. Because I told her, I said, now, if the sepsis gets worse while he's sleeping, I'm like, what would be the first sign? Like, what do I need to watch for? So the first thing would be like his breathing. So I didn't sleep with a crap. I pulled up a chair and sat right beside his bed. So if his breathing changed, like during his sleep, I would hear it. And I could call her in, like, get somebody in there right away. Well, 7 a.m. came around. We were awake. And she said something, they were going to serve breakfast. So I called downstairs. I'm like, okay, my son was admitted last night, kind of late. I said, and nobody took a breakfast order. I just want to know, do I need to order his breakfast? And she says, well, we're short-staffed, so it'll be a house breakfast. She's like, but I'm not sure if anybody put an order in for him or not. She's like, you can call this number and talk to the ambassador on your floor and see if an order was put in for him. So I call that number, and she's like, yes, there was a food tray put in for him and for a parent. She's like, and food will be served like here in just a little bit or whatever. So they bring up his food. They bring up 2 trays, like pancakes, eggs, sausage, bacon, fruit, cereal, blueberry muffins, like all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, my kid hasn't really eaten in days. Like, they brought up so much stuff. While we were eating breakfast, okay, his fever started to go up to like 99 point something before he went to sleep. So she just gave him Motrin, just so that he didn't run a fever during the night. He didn't vomit at all the whole time we were there Saturday. Nothing. He was like getting better. So while we're eating breakfast, the new for the day pediatrician, the door opens and I hear a lady say, oh, are you ready to go home? I'm just thinking, okay, this lady has the wrong room. She didn't say who she was, nothing. I just kind of figured out that she was the new pediatrician because it was morning. She's like, yeah, she's like, I think your food would taste better at home. You probably have better food at home. You ready to go home? And I was like, what? I'm like, they just gave him another round of IV antibiotics at 6 a.m. He's still on fluids. Like, what are you talking about? Last I knew, they were going to do labs again in the morning to see if anything had improved. She's like, well, I've seen a lot of kids in the last couple weeks that were just the same. They acted the same, and they turned out fine. It was just a viral thing. She's like, so I don't think he's septic. I think it's just a viral thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and send you guys home. Like, when the hell does a doctor ever send somebody home for, like, it was like 9 o'clock in the morning. Like, when do you ever get sent home super early, especially a kid? She's like, I'll just tell him, like, when they come to do labs, just tell him that he's going home. They don't need to do them. She's like, they'll be in shortly to take out his IV. So they did. They took out his IV. They stopped the antibiotics. Sent us home. It's like, okay, great. He was singing. He was so excited to be going home. He was singing. Like, he perked up for like 20 minutes. Well, then we get home. He sat at the table and played with his slime for like 10 minutes, and then he wanted to lay down. And then we weren't home. And he hadn't had a bowel movement since Tuesday night either. So then he went potty. He saw the pull-up on, so he went potty in his pull-up. So I changed him. And then as I'm rolling up his pull-up to put it in a bag to throw it away, I look over and he's grabbing the bucket and he vomits up his breakfast. I'm like, are you joking? I'm like, Jax, are you okay? His fever's back up to 101.6. I'm like, are you joking? I'm like, we have not even been home for an hour and now he's vomiting and his fever is spiking up. This is a joke. So I'd posted on Facebook, it was like, take him to Dayton or take him to a children's hospital. Like, just get a second opinion, take him to a children's hospital. Don't even mess around with our hospital here. It's a joke. So I called Dayton Children's Hospital. I called the ER and talked to the nurse, tell her what's going on. She's like, yeah, he shouldn't still be running a fever if he's been on IV antibiotics. Like, something's definitely wrong. She's like, please bring him in. So I called my mom, who had the girls, because she took the girls the night before so that Jay could bring up stuff for Jackson, and then she just kept him all night. So I called my mom and tell her what's going on, and I'm like, will you take me and Jax to Dayton Children's? And she's like, yes, I will. She's like, don't even worry about it. She said, I'm getting ready to make cinnamon rolls for the girls. She's like, I'll do that, and then I'll have them get their stuff together, and then I'll come get you. So we load up. We drive 65 miles to Children's Hospital. We go in. I tell them everything that's going on, and we're not like, oh, we had to pull over on the way there because Jack felt like he was gonna get sick. He had his head in a bucket, which we pulled off at a church. We got off the highway, and then he just kind of sat there for a few minutes and got a drink and just kind of sat there and got some air, and then he was fine. So we get to the hospital, tell him what's going on. The doctor comes in, the first doctor, because they have two doctors that see every patient. Like, two doctors see him, and they kind of talk together and go over things together. So the first doctor comes in and sees him. We give him a lowdown of what's going on. He leaves the room to go pass everything on to the other doctor. Well, Jax feels like he's going to puke. So I grab the little vomit bag things. Jax vomits up all the juice that he drank on the way there. And he's running a fever again. It's like, are you choking? I'm like, what is going on with my boy? Like, at this point, I'm exhausted. I'm just seeing him go through all this. And now here we are getting another hospital. And then the doctor comes in and says, we're going to have to start an IV and do labs. And we're going to have to put him back on IV fluids. I'm like, are you joking? I'm like, he literally just got his IV out like 2 hours ago. Like, he freaked out during all that, and now you guys are telling me you have to do it again. Like, it's not their fault. They're just trying to make him better. My mom's like, it's okay. She's like, I'll stay in here with him. She's like, you go ahead and go out. I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, it's absolutely horrible, Mom. I'm like, and I had sent her the video when he freaked out at the hospital, at the first hospital. She's like, no. She's like, it's okay. She's like, it's fine. So they come walking in to do it, and I'm like, Jackson, I'm going to go potty, okay? He's like, again? Because I just went to the bathroom. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'll be back in just a few minutes. I'm out there. All I can hear, it felt like hours. All I can hear is him screaming. Top of it, just screaming. I'm hearing he's screaming for mommy. He's screaming. I couldn't even tell what he's screaming. And this lady comes and she's like, well, come with me. She's like, you can come pick him out a couple prizes, for being such a brave boy. So I go with her. And, like, we tried to go back to my room, like, 3 or 4 different times. I'm not even kidding. 3 or 4 different times. And he's still screaming. Like, why are they still in there? Like, why is it taking so long? I'm like, it's been way too long. Like, what the hell is going on? So we just keep walking away, and I'm like getting little cups of water, and I'm like, I keep crying. I'm just like, I feel so bad. I'm like, I feel like I just left him again. But at least my mom was in there this time. And we finally, a lady came. She's like, are you in room whatever? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay. She's like, they're done. She's like, your mom's looking for you because he wants his mom. So I walk in, and he's like trying to catch his breath and calm down. He's like, Mom, what took you so long? I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. And I just hugged him and just cried. I just felt so bad. And my mom's like, she's like, I'm so glad you weren't in here for that. She's like, that was awful. She's like, they couldn't get it. They tried on one hand for like 15 minutes. She said she just couldn't get it. Like, mom's like, he was just screaming. He was so, like, frantic and just so upset. His veins kept collapsing. And then, like, the lady, my mom said, it took everything she had to not cry. She said the lady doing it, she said her voice kept cracking. Like, she was about to cry. She's like, she kept saying, Jackson, I'm so sorry, buddy. I'm trying to get it. And my mom, because they had to do it in his hands because he just had it up here.
Mom said the lady just kept apologizing. And Mom said she's just trying everything to get in there. Mom, then she stopped. She said they're going to try and do the other hand. And my mom's like, can we just stop and just give him a break? Like, just let him calm down. And she's like, well, it's usually better if we just kind of keep going, you know. And Mom's like, well, if you think that's better, she's like, then I guess just go ahead. So they're pinning him down. My mom's holding his legs. And my mom said she was literally afraid that he was going to hurt himself. Like, she said she was afraid he's going to, like, have convulsions, because she said he wasn't just screaming. He's, like, screaming out words. He's saying, because they called it a straw. And she's like, he was screaming, get that straw out of my arm. And then he's at one point screaming, Hannah, you're hurting my legs. Because my mom's pinning him down. Like, it was awful. And then they finally got it in the second hand. My mom said it was just the most awful thing. So I'm so glad she was there, because I would not have been able to do that. So, like, I walk in and I have these prizes, and it's like a puzzle, and it comes with like 6 little cars, and the cars drive on the puzzle. And I walk in, and like I said, when he said, what took you so long, or it was taking you so long, I need to brush my hair. So after I hugged him and like I cried with him for a minute, he saw that I had stuff in my hand. He's like, Play-Doh? And he's like, thank you so much, Mommy. Because I had like a little thing at Play-Doh, and she let me pick like a little squishy ball to give him, and then like some coloring pages, and then that puzzle thing. It's like a floor puzzle with little cars, and he was like so happy. And like once he saw that, like he calmed down. He was perfectly fine. Like they had the IV in his hand, and he had a Band-Aid on the other hand, and he was like perfectly fine. And my mom said they still have to do a blood culture. And I'm like, huh? And she's like, yeah. She said they said that since they had such a hard time doing the IV, they're just gonna wait a little bit before they try and do the blood culture. I'm like, are you joking? Like, so the doctor comes in, and he's like, you know, talking to me about what did they find anything with his stomach? I said, they didn't check his stomach. He's like, what do you mean? I said, they didn't check his stomach. I said, they didn't check his ears, they didn't check his mouth, they didn't check my eye. Now that I'm crying, I said they didn't check. My eyes are irritated for like allergies. They've got like goop in them, mainly this one. I said they didn't check his ears, they didn't check his throat, they didn't check his stomach. He's like, they didn't check for appendicitis. I'm like, no. He's like, okay. He's like, we are gonna do. So I pulled up the labs, and he went over all the labs from my hospital and went down anyone that was abnormal, and he told me what it was. He was amazing. Both of the doctors were. He said, we're gonna do an x-ray of his stomach, which the x-ray came back and showed that he was like a little bit constipated, which I knew. I told him that he'd only went once that day since Tuesday. And he said he was going to do an ultrasound to check for appendicitis. He said, other than that, he said their labs did show that the septic level did go down a little bit since at the other hospital. So the x-ray came back, just showed he's a little bit backed up. The ultrasound, they couldn't visually see his appendix, but they didn't see any signs of appendicitis. He said, but it's not, he said they have had kids where they've had appendicitis, but they don't have belly pain. He's like, I can't believe they didn't check that. I'm like, well, they didn't. Oh my God, this video is taking forever. Sorry. So, they did all that. Everything came back fine. He said, so basically, he thinks that he had a virus and that he had like the bacterial infection somewhere that they just couldn't really pinpoint where it was from. And he just thinks that the first hospital kind of dropped the ball and cut off the IV antibiotics before he had enough. He said because the levels did drop probably from the antibiotics, but he just didn't have them for long enough. He said, so he was going to give him, because I told him, I said he had a dose at 6 p.m. and another dose at 6 a.m., which is like a 12-hour, which would cover, like one covers 12 hours and the other one covered 12 hours. So it's like basically a 24-hour thing. He said, I'm going to give him a 24-hour dose. So it's like basically him having like 2 days worth of IV antibiotics of Rocephin. He said, and that should, whatever bacterial thing is left, he said that should just get rid of whatever bacterial thing is left. He said, and the rest, the viruses usually take 5 to 7 days. He said there was a test that checked for mono, and as of right then, he was negative for mono, but then it's one of those culture things, and it would let it test to see if he had mono like in the last so many weeks, like if he had mono recently.
So I don't even know what time it was. We left there. We came home. Oh, they called in prescriptions for him there. We went to their pharmacy to get them. And right before we got to their pharmacy, their computers crashed. They told me I had to call my pharmacy the next day and have them call down to Dayton Children's and transfer him back to my pharmacy to get his prescriptions. So yesterday was Tuesday. Like, that was Sunday. So Monday morning, Jax woke up. He woke up doing Spidey moves and Black Panther moves and ready to eat. He did not even want, you guys know he loves his muffins. He did not want a muffin that whole time. From Wednesday evening till Monday, he did not want muffins, like none of his normal stuff. He did not want to watch Polar Express. He wanted nothing to do with his trains, nothing. So yesterday we had his appointment in person. He looks great. He's at the end of it. Like he hasn't had the fever. He's been eating without Zofran. He checked and they did get results back from his eye culture, which showed that he had some type of staph infection in his eye. So he's like, go ahead and pick up the actual, because they gave me this little tube at the hospital, but they called in an actual prescription. He said, go ahead and get that. And he said, now when this different test comes in, he said, it's a sensitivity type test. I don't know. Basically, if it came back saying something, he would have to give me like a different eye ointment. But for now, keep using the one that the hospital gave me. So we left our appointment. Said he's cleared to go to school. He said keep him home Wednesday. And then Thursday he can go to school. You know, keep doing the eye ointment. I forget how many days it's for. I don't even know. And so we left the doctor's office. We got Allie to school. We had the doctor's appointment at 9:20. We were there because he went over all the labs from both hospitals because it was a disaster. And he's like, they didn't check anything at our hospital. I said, they did a chest x-ray and they did all the swabbing. He's like, I'm so glad that you had him at Dayton's and that they checked for appendicitis. I can't believe they wouldn't even check that here. I said, they didn't even look in his ears or in his throat, even though he had white bumps and stuff in his throat, which Monday morning when he woke up, those were completely gone. There was not one tiny spot or speck of white on his tongue or in his cheeks. Like, it was just completely gone. And his eye looked almost back to normal. Like, it was slightly red, but it was nothing like it had been. So yeah, we left the doctor's office, had to go to Meijer and get his prescriptions and do our grocery shopping. He fell asleep on the way home. And I'm like, I'm not going to make him go to Sam's. He's exhausted. I'm exhausted. I'm like, I'll wait till Adria gets home and I'll go, which I did. And then today he'd been perfectly fine. And then Adria had a couple friends over and they said they were celebrating Jax's last day home. And now after all that and after him and I being inseparable, like, I haven't slept in my bed since last Tuesday night. This is now Wednesday night. Because ever since he got sick Wednesday evening, he's been on the couch and I've been on the other end of the couch. Because if something happens, like if he's in his room and I'm in here, I won't get there fast enough. And then when we were at the hospital, I slept in a chair. And last night I was still up till like 2 in the morning and then had to get Adria for school at like 6. So I'm exhausted. It's been such a roller coaster not knowing what's going on. One doctor says he's septic, then another one says he's not. And then we go to a second hospital. Like, we're sent home and he's in the clear in less than an hour. His fever goes up and he's vomiting. It's like, what is going on with and he's never been sick like that where he's had to have fluids or anything like that. Nothing. And he's almost 5. Well, he'll be 5 in April. Like, this was all new to him. It was like an up and down. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. Nobody knew, like, nobody's right hand knew what the left hand was doing. It was a lot. And now, I asked Jax tonight if he's excited about school, because he was. And I said, buddy, are you so excited to go to school? He said, no, because I'll miss you. So, like, that's what he said in the beginning. And then he was so excited to go to school. And then he got sick and was so upset when he couldn't go that Wednesday when they didn't have the paperwork. And now, like, we have spent every minute together for, like, the last 7 days because he doesn't want me out of his sight. And now, tomorrow, he's going to be gone for over 6 hours. Like, it's like I was already struggling with him being gone, like, for so long, because I'm used to my girls when they went to preschool was just either 2 days a week or 4 days a week for only 3 hours. And now, so I was arguably struggling with this. And then I got to where I was ready, and like, he was so excited. And now it's back to he doesn't want to go. He's so sad. He doesn't want to be away from me.
And like after the week he just had, and then he gets like 2 days to just relax at home. Well, not really, just basically one, because today we had to go to the doctor and go get his medicine and run errands, so we got to hang out at home today. And now tomorrow morning he'll be gone. It's like, I just know I'm not gonna hear his little voice and see him sitting at his little table or asking me to help him with his video game or anything for over 6 hours. Like, it's just a lot. It's just a lot for me. So I didn't go through it. Like, so as hard as it is for me, like, it's gonna be hard for him, because he's the one that just physically went through all this crap the past week. And he's finally back home, and now he has to be without his mom. At least it's only a 2-day week. Like, I hope he loves it. So I just took a shower. Like I said, I haven't slept in my bed since last Tuesday night. And my bed is covered in laundry. I don't even know what time it is right now. I have no idea. I don't know, because I'm on my phone right now. But yeah, so just, I'm going to catch up my other videos, like, after this. It's just, I haven't had a chance to do anything. I posted a video about a toaster that a company sent me, which is freaking amazing. I love that thing. I've made toast more since I got that than I've made toast, like, in the past 5 months. But I just haven't had time to sit and edit, and Jackson's needed all my time, and we've just been everywhere. So that's what's been going on. So now he starts school tomorrow. He's not on the same schedule as the girls. Like, when they're off all next week for Thanksgiving, he's not. He's supposed to go a few days while they're home. So I'm like, that's gonna suck. Like, sorry, I gotta take you to school, but your sister's gonna stay home with me. Like, so tomorrow starts a whole new. Oh, and Jay's been off the last 3 days because he has Jackson's virus, is what the doctor just thinks that's what he has. So he called in medicine for him. He's supposed to go back to work tomorrow too, but before I came to bed, he was still dying. You know what I mean? Like, when a guy gets even a cold, they act like they're dying. So tomorrow, my baby boy starts his first day of school. I'm going to be so lost. But Mom is going to be getting a job. I already have one, like, kind of set up. I just have to, I couldn't apply until I knew when I was able to start. And then all this crap, it's just like a 1 week delay. But yeah, Mom's going to get things situated so that I can take care of my kids and not rely on somebody else to have their job and everything to take care of them. Like, I'm done with it. It's been going on for so long. It's time for, and I was just planning on getting a job once he started kindergarten, like, which isn't till next year, but I can't, just too many things have happened here, and Mama's got to get things figured out for me and my kids. And yeah, so here before long, hopefully I'll be having an update for you guys that I got a job. But I'm going to go ahead and try and post this video tonight, and I'll try and insert some clips of just how the past week has been, the ups and downs, and he would perk up and you'd think he was perfectly fine, and then he was back down, and then he'd perk up and it was like, oh my gosh, he looks so good, he's doing so good, and he'd be back down. And like, it's just been a lot, and not knowing and having no answers. Them telling me my boy is septic, which can be like fatal, and not being able to find out a cause, and just test after test after test, and they're all negative, 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 and your boy's just sitting there in this little curled up little ball looking absolutely horrible. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's just been a lot. So hopefully tomorrow's not too much for him. Tomorrow's supposed to be up around like mid to high 60s. So it's going to be like a nice day, and he'll get to play on the playground at school. And I hope he makes some friends on his first day. We went over the menu of what, because he'll have breakfast there and lunch and a nap and a snack because he's there for so long. He gets to have pancakes and strawberries. Oh my god, that's what he puked up the morning we left the hospital, because that's what he ate. He had a couple bites of pancakes and like a few bites of strawberry. Oh my god. So I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to give an update. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but that's my update of where I've been. There's just been a lot going on, and a lot more to be going on. And on top of all the stress and chaos of holidays, and I'm hosting Thanksgiving like I did last year for like my family, because my mom just doesn't do it anymore. And I've been making Thanksgiving dinner since COVID because no one got together for it. So it's like I've just done it. And last year my whole family was here. And Jay's family, they do theirs at his mom's. So I haven't even thought about the Thanksgiving day or the Thanksgiving menu. I haven't even made a grocery list. So I need to do that. But I'm going to start uploading this video. And I'm going to get my bed cleaned up. And I'm going to get to bed. Hold on, let me just see what time it is. I really don't even know. It's 11:36 p.m. So it's already going on midnight. It's going to be midnight before I get in bed. My hair is not even brushed, let alone close to being dry. So I'm going to start uploading this, and I'm going to get my bed cleaned off. So after you watch this right here, I'm going to insert some clips of just the ups and downs of when we were at the hospital, because I was like, what the hell is going on? I was taking a video for like my family, and I posted some on Facebook. It's like, to see if any of my nurse friends, medical friends, anybody, see if anybody had any suggestions or anything. But yeah, that's where I've been. That's why I haven't posted in like a week. And after this video, I'm going to go back to where I was on videos to try and get them caught up. And I think it was October 23rd. Oh my God, that's coming up on a month already. I haven't vlogged a whole lot in the past month because there's just nothing going on. It's the same old, same old. But yeah, I think it'll pick up at October 23rd with the kids. We had a parade here and a costume contest. And then trick or treat will be probably in that video because I don't have a whole lot of footage. And maybe some eating videos. I don't even know what I had filmed because I don't even remember. But yeah, those of you that I'm friends with on Facebook, thank you so much for all the like love and prayers for him. I've had so many people that I've ran into ask me like, how's he doing? Oh my God, I was so worried. Is he okay? Like the love and support of people for him is amazing. And a lot of it's from you guys that are on my Facebook. So thank you so much for checking in on him, for sending prayers and sending us all the love and hugs. It means more than you'll ever know. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shut up now. Yeah, if you follow me on Facebook, comment down below that, yeah, you were following the chaos, because there was a lot of updates on my Facebook because it's like nobody knew what was going on, and it was just a lot and too many people wanting to know things, and it's easier to update on Facebook. So yeah, I hope you like this video, and that's my huge life update and where I've been. And yeah, I'll see you for Halloween parade in the next video. Bye guys.